What's up? I'm Cam.
I'm Jenna. We are from Tonight Alive, and we are hanging out with Rob at Punkvideosrock.
It's been about a year since the last time we spoke, and at the time you guys were already starting to work on this new album that just recently dropped, Limitless, and you guys did tell me that there was a new direction happening. I was telling Cam earlier, I wasn't expecting the direction that came now. I thought it was going to be harder, or you were saying there was a lot more, I think you said there was more like piano or something at the time, but I'm very satisfied with the record right now. Like I'm well,
I like that.
I love the record actually, but I like the new direction. And I was telling Cam earlier, we get to listen to your vocals more. We get to listen to what you can do with your singing, and I don't think your other records did that. Not to say that they were bad records, but
Hey, you're fine. We agree.
yeah, like so I love that. So tell me about recording these vocals for Limitless.
Where to start? I worked really, really hard on these vocals. Like I have a great coach that when we've written a song, and before we go into the studio, before we start touring with this new song, I'll take it to her and sing it to her. And she kind of says, like, stop there, you're making it too hard for yourself. Like, do this with your cheeks, or like, position your mouth in this way, and it's so much easier, and it'll come out more fluently, and you get your message across so much easier and better. So she really helped me find myself and find my comfort zone with my voice, but also push the comfort zone. And what I mean by that is just kind of like find where my voice is most suited to sing and what emotions I can convey with that. So I got to experiment a lot more with it, and I did a lot more work prior to being in the studio. So being in the studio, I put my back into it as well. Tried to make it as much of a peaceful environment as I could, but some days were very frustrating. A song called Oxygen took 8 sessions to record. It just required like this particular state of mind to deliver it. And I guess that's the cool thing about Limitless, is that it's not pitch and word. It's a lot more to it vocally. So I'm really trying to put some emotions out there for people to pick up on when they listen to the record.
Now for you, it sounded like it was a hard record to really work on, but was it a hard record for the band collectively?
Oh, absolutely. It was one of the most difficult things we've ever done as a band. I think just that was purely because of David Bendeth, and also because we were changing our sound, and it was incredibly hard to, like, in a short space of time, figure out how to play these songs well enough to record them in a way that was going to allow the song to reach its potential.
And what did Bendeth do this time around that really broke you guys down? Because it's not your first record. It's not the first time you guys write music. So how did he step it up this time to break you guys down, to make you find a deeper musician than you were the last cycle?
Oh man, you talk forever about this. Yeah, every day was something new. Like, he just played mind games with us and made us feel. Okay, I got to think what I say before I just start rambling. Like, because I think he identified what the songs required, and what the strengths of our band were, and what the weaknesses were, and what was important to come first. So whereas in the past, I think a lot of guitars were the first thing to come, and the song was built around the guitars. And this time, as you commented about the vocals, the bottom end, the drums and the bass, needed to come first, and then the vocals were almost like the most important thing before any other guitars or leads or pianos or anything was put in. And so he really isolated myself and Matt immediately, made us come in earlier every day and practice together and make sure that we could play properly. And sorry, you want to help on from that?
I guess, it was like, how can we complement each other with our instrumentation? And like, Cam plays all kinds of different grooves on this record, and all the guys, there's no palm muting on the record, like with the guitar technique, which I'm sure people know what I'm talking about. Like, we really had to go outside of what we've done before, and nothing was formulaic about this record at all. It was like, what suits this song, like what suits this section. And David put a high priority on that, and it was really cool to realize that we were flexible enough to find strength in those different techniques and things like that.
And one other thing I say is he's also been known to, if he doesn't think that you're up to scratch, he'll just get someone else in to record your
shoot,
parts.
really?
We can't name names, but he's done it to certain members of different bands in the past, and we knew that going into the record. And we were just kind of like on the back of our mind the whole time. We were just like, man, we got to do this. Like we all played on the record, and we wouldn't have had it any other way. But that was kind of a scary thing to have in the back of your mind. So
Once the record was done, and you guys were ready to pick, the songs that you did, why did you pick the song that you did to be your first single?
Oh.
I feel like I was mentioning to him earlier. I feel like there's a stronger song in the record itself. So I'm curious why you picked the song that you picked. The first single,
which was Human Interaction.
Yes.
Why do we choose it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, like I find it hard to describe it. I think when we were in the studio, at least, I know when we heard Human Interaction come together, we were like, oh my God, we've completely gone through an evolution. When we heard that song, it was like we never could have done that 2 years ago, let alone even 2 months prior to just being in the studio. It was like that moment in time captured that song and us playing it. I don't know, Cam, can you take over?
I mean,
just getting nervous.
You're not the first person to say that. Like when we came to our team with that song as the one that we wanted to introduce the record, and everyone was kind of like, "Are you sure?" Like, it's not a rock song. It's not the most in-your-face song. But I guess the whole mission of the record was to not do anything that we've done before and to not have any boundaries on ourselves. So most bands will play it safe on the first song and put out something that a bit of a feeler song that the general audience can be like, okay.
Yeah.
But we just never wanted to do that at any stage. And plus also Jenna had a vision for the music video before we'd even finished the record. And I think that had a big thing to do with it. We just wanted to do the song as a single so that she could make the video.
Yeah, I guess like what you were saying about what we've done in the past, like the formulaic way about putting out your first single would probably be to put out a rock song that you can play live that kids are going to go nuts to, that people throw their hands in the air or run around in circles or jump, or like you get people like that kind of excitement, which has a certain element of like shallowness to it, because it's exciting and it's invigorating, but how long does that feeling last? And I think the feeling that we tried to convey in Human Interaction is like a lot longer lasting feeling, at least for us. So every night when we play that song, I get chills that come up my face, and it's been like that ever since we started touring with that song in the set list. It means a lot to me, and I love the musicianship on it. I think that was the coolest way to introduce the new record. Not rock, not pop, it's just feeling.
That's funny that you mentioned the chills, because that's what I said to him for the one that I'm thinking, which is Greatest. The Greatest. And
if you're in Tonight Alive, would you put that song out first?
If I was in Tonight Alive? Yeah. Honestly, that's the song, again, I was telling him earlier, that's the song that when I listened to the record the first time, that's the song that as soon as it ended, I put it on replay.
Wow, cool.
And it's the fact that it goes back to just being able to focus on the singing, on the music. And there's something about that song that just gives me chills while I'm listening to it. So, yeah.
There's no distractions. There's no competition. It's just like fluid and like horizontal to me.
It kind of reminds me, like, when an artist releases a song and you like the song but you don't understand all the lyrics, and then someone covers it and then you're like, oh, I get what those lyrics say. So that's kind of like how I saw that song. Like I actually understood what I'm listening to, and I'm relaxed listening to it, as opposed to focusing on everything else going on,
Yeah, that's awesome. What a compliment. Thank you.
So tell me about The Greatest. Tell me about doing that. I'm sure that was probably the toughest song to do. It seems like you went vulnerable on it.
It was really great for me because that's where I'm most comfortable in my singing and songwriting. That's the type of song that I write on my own, and I don't have many of those, but like when I just have a guitar, it's just me and the guitar, and that's the kind of folky, like relaxed music that comes out naturally. And when I wrote that, I took it to Whack, and he was like, just save it if you ever do a solo project one day. And that's what he says about songs that we don't feel like Tonight Alive can pull off. And that's something we went through a lot with the record, was I'd come to him with an idea and we'd be like, maybe this isn't Tonight Alive. But I'm really glad that The Greatest is one of the songs that made it through that kind of barrier that we used to put on ourselves so often. Because we've written songs for years and years that people would say, that doesn't sound like Tonight Alive, but the same people wrote it, same people recorded it. So it's really just about re-feeling what the definition of our sound is. So does that answer your question, or do you want me to...
You said, was it the most difficult to...
Was it the most difficult to record? No, sorry. I loved recording that because I just sat on a stool and I just sang, and I was really relaxed, and that's what that song needed. It just needed focus and patience, and I hope that that's what people can hear when they listen to it or feel. Yeah.
Now let's jump into the music video for Drive. I love the choreography on that.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
So what was that like for you guys? Are you guys like?
It was awesome.
Are you guys like? I wouldn't say dancers, but I mean, was choreography hard for you guys, or you specifically?
Well, yeah, we weren't dancing in it. We were kind of like just interacting.
You were being yourselves, like.
Yeah, we were just chilling. It was pretty intimidating actually. We were on the bus and they were like just like beautiful girls just dancing around us. We just had to like.
Yeah, you just had to act relaxed.
Yeah, it felt really weird, but they were
liked it.
fantastic. The whole song is about moving and dancing and grooving, and so we kind of, when it came to make the video, we just said, we got to have dancers in it. Like,
Yeah.
let's just do something different.
That was I really enjoyed that. That was cool.
Thanks. Yeah, I went to a rehearsal with the dancers, and I was so intimidated when I walked in because they're so confident with themselves, and like dancing is about like being comfortable within yourself enough to project that outwards. Anyway, so I walked into this studio and the girls were killing it, and then they were like, "Okay, you get up in front of them," and I'm like, I'm not used to this. But after a while, I was like, this is so where I belong. Like, I think like I used to hate dancing. Sorry, I'm going off track. But I used to hate dancing, and then we kind of started coming into using our music with our bodies and performing, and being on stage and being like, I'm actually creating music right now. I'm creating sound and I'm creating an atmosphere, and it's not just about playing a song and getting people excited. So once I started forming that connection, we brought that into our music, and now we can be comfortable and fluid and like inspire that with other people. So anyway, I loved making that music video.
Right. Maybe we'll see more dancing for the next videos. Get the band involved.
I'm so into that.
Get them going.
Boys.
The boys.
No, we got them to show us a few dance moves at the end of the video, but they didn't make the cut. Like, thank God.
Sick. Well, I know you guys have to do whatever you have to do for the rest of the day.
Oh, we're cool. We could talk.
We're just gonna hang out here all day.
Yeah.
We're gonna set up a couch and everything.
As the sun goes
Transport
down.
couch everywhere we go. And just
You guys definitely do that. But I'm definitely excited about the record. I've been listening to it since it dropped, and I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. And we were saying earlier, like, a lot of fans, I see a lot of comments about it, but they just have to give it that listen, because I know, everybody grows. Everybody has to take these risks, and I don't think you're doing anything wrong. I think it's making you a better band, being able to test so many things. So
Yeah, thank you for your honest answers, and I'm really glad that you get it, because it does mean a lot to us. And this is, every time a band makes a new record, they obviously say this is the best record we've ever done, but like, we truly feel like we've, we are proud, and we believe wholeheartedly in everything that we've done. So.
Whenever I see someone who dresses like really wacky and they really stand out, but they look confident in themselves, I'm like, I have so much respect for you, because you're obviously putting yourself in a situation where people are going to judge you, people aren't going to understand you all the time. But I have respect for people that do kind of things like that. And when Bring Me the Horizon put out Sempiternal, that was such a turning point for their band, and such a new sound that was modern but also reminiscent of things, and that's the kind of thing that excites us, risk-taking in however you live your life, or however you dress, or the music that you make. Doing it on your own terms is so important for conviction and meaning, and I have a lot of respect for that, so I guess that affected us a lot in making this record, and it's really cool to know that it translates. Thank you.
it definitely does. So
The comments coming out on their songs when they started dropping Sempiternal singles, like, people saying, "Oh, why are you singing for? What are you singing?" And it's like, who the fuck are you to tell him that? Sorry if you can't swear, but like, who are you to tell someone that they can't sing on their own record? You're the singer of a band. You can do whatever you want, and it's ridiculous sometimes. So.
Well, you guys did an awesome job. I love the record. You guys need to pick up the record. It's called Limitless. It's out now. They're on tour right now, right, guys?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
And hopefully they're on tour in the States for the rest of the year, because they took a little long to come back. So thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to check out Tonight Live. Pick up Limitless on iTunes, and don't forget to subscribe. Punk Videos Rock.